Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. A very big thank you to all the new Patreon members. A very big thank you to all the new people who have joined the channel by clicking the join button below. As always, a great way to support the channel is by leaving a thumbs up, by leaving a comment, by leaving 2 comments, by leaving as many comments as your body tells you to leave, or by subscribing if you have not already done so. Also, do not forget the people in the comment section who keep pretending to be me. You know, tell them what you feel like telling them. Yeah. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. What a wild day we are having in the cryptocurrency space. For those of you not looking at the screen, it says crypto market cap breaks all-time high as Bitcoin's price targets 60K or 60,000 US dollars. The crypto market cap neared $1.9 trillion and painted a new all-time high record as Bitcoin jumped close to 60,000 while Binance coin exploded to over $300. All right, we live in the weirdest possible time ever to live in a time. And also the cryptocurrency market does not make any sense. When I say any sense, it makes 0 sense. No sense, nonsense, nonsense. That also works as well. The entire cryptocurrency market moved up. But I mean by like a smidge. It wasn't like a big smidge. It was like a little kind of a smidge. It says Bitcoin, ADA, and Ether are gearing up for a bullish run, says analysts. Oh, side note, if you couldn't tell, I'm full of energy today because I slept well. For those of you who didn't see the end of last video, I didn't sleep well for like the last 3 days, so my energy was kind of like this. But I slept, so I got all the normal energy. And for those of you who are always asking, I do not and cannot really drink coffee because it makes me too hyper. Weird, right? So anyway, the cryptocurrency market started moving up. For those of you who did not see the actual news as to why it was moving up, yeah, here we go. Online payments giant PayPal has started to accept cryptocurrency as a medium of exchange at its millions of global merchants, the firm's president and CEO revealed on Tuesday ahead of a formal announcement. News broke regarding PayPal's rumored decision to accept cryptocurrencies early in March. On the 30th, later in the day, the firm's CEO, Dan Schulman, confirmed to Reuters that the rumors were true and that an official statement would be released immediately. The new system is expected to feature a crypto checkout service where users can pay for goods and services at approved vendors using their stored coins. So essentially, anyone who was using PayPal before will be able to use crypto PayPal. Doesn't make any sense, but you get what I'm saying. The system will reportedly see merchants receive equivalent funds directly in fiat currency after coins are subject to a quick transfer at the time of the sale. So this used to be something before. I'm going to slow down. This used to be something before that people used to criticize, and I understand the criticizations. However, I'm going to tell you exactly probably what it is. A lot of times, PayPal's not the first company to be able to accept or do this, just that they're one of the largest, and therefore this is why they get the most attention in the news. A lot of times, people see that if there is, let's say you go into a store and you're paying with crypto. Bam, you pay with crypto. The merchant will still receive it in fiat. What ends up happening is, now here's my assumption, is that the company, the middleman, which would be PayPal in this way, is actually receiving the crypto and they pay out fiat to the actual company who's receiving the payment from you. And this is a very clever way for the larger company to accumulate cryptocurrencies. So it also, we accept Bitcoin as a form of payment, but you won't get it because it's going to us. So we are now in the hyper accumulation phase. You have to understand, this is the year 2021. We are not in 2025. We are not in 2030. By the time we get to 2035, the revelations of what's happening right now and then in the future, how big this cryptocurrency space is going to smack a lot of people in the faces. And they're going to be like, oh, I should have kept my crypto. So the news basically being the checkout service is expected to be available for all 4 of PayPal supported cryptocurrencies upon launch. These will be Bitcoin, Ether, Litecoin, and Bcash. Customers who pay with cryptocurrencies will incur no transaction fees, which is incredible, and only 1 coin can be used per purchase. That's logical. You're not going into a store being like, hey, do you guys accept euros, yens, Canadian dollars, and pesos? You do, okay. And you hand them all 4 currencies. Of course, you can probably only pay with 1 coin at a time because that's usually how payments actually work. So the point is, this was major news, and I mean major. PayPal to allow all crypto payments Allow crypto payments for all 29 million merchants. PayPal to launch crypto checkout. PayPal to allow Americans to pay. You get the point. So here's the weird part. Here's the weird part. The cryptocurrency market didn't move at all. I think we even went down a tiny bit in percentage points after this news came out. Now, once again, I'm gonna go back in time. If we had any indications or news like this, even in 2017, even in 2018, I think there's something afoot in the cryptocurrency market, because a lot of what's happening right now doesn't, and it's not even logical. It is almost cursed. I'll say WTFicals. You understand what I'm saying? Because the adoption rate is increasing so rapidly, we should have logically spiked up in price. And even more so, that wasn't even all the news. So it says Bitcoin near 60,000 after PayPal announces crypto. I think it moved up by a good $1,000. And that was after this news also came out. This is also a PayPal one. PayPal's new crypto checkout service triggers Bitcoin. Oh no, you just wait. So Bakkt was also in the news. And I realize the newness of a lot of people within the cryptocurrency space who did not understand what Bakkt actually was. Crypto custodian Bakkt has set its consumer app live same exact day as PayPal on both Android and iOS, enabling anyone to store, buy, and sell crypto. For those of you who do not know what Bakkt is the New York Stock Exchange. Yeah, see, now this is why the news is quite relevant, because they're not just a little, I know the name Bakkt it's not terrible, but it's not greatical, if you will. But yes, they've been talking about launching this app service. It's been about 2 years at this point. So when you get news and indications on the same exact day that one of the largest payment processors, PayPal, is allowing people to buy things in crypto. This was news from before. It was news, actually the news was back in 2018 from Bakkt, the New York Stock Exchange, that they had partnered with around 16 companies back then, 3 years ago, to be able to start accepting cryptocurrencies. It was Nordstrom, Starbucks, and all these major names, and everyone was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be able to buy coffee with Bitcoin, and people kind of lost their minds for it. It was a little hush-hush. I think they had like an open or closed beta or something like that, but now it's available to everyone. So the fact that the New York Stock Exchange openly has a way for people to be able to pay in crypto and buy and store and sell it and all these other phantasmagorical things, and prices still don't react on top of the PayPal news, just a little weird. The app will also let you aggregate rewards, send cryptocurrency to your friends, and will let you buy discounted gift cards. The idea being, I don't know if anyone really remembers this, was that they were talking about in 2018 and 2019 that the market for coupons and rewards is actually quite huge, and a lot of people don't realize it because it's usually in the form of a coupon. You go to the supermarket, you scan the coupon, you scan the gift card, but they're not really interoperable, they're not really interchangeable. So if you go to supermarket A, you can't use your rewards that you have there with supermarket B. If you go to Nordstrom, if you go to Kmart, if you go, I'm trying to think of like the biggest stores. You get the point. You can't use your local supermarket rewards at Kmart. You can't use those Kmart rewards at Nordstrom. So the idea was that they're trying to blend everything together in a more digital crypto way, so that all your points kind of come together, so that regardless of where you shop, you may love to shop at your local supermarket, but I want to buy a pair of socks at Nordstrom. You go to Nordstrom, you can use the exact same rewards. I don't know if that's the exact mesh that they've done, but that was the entire idea of it. And it's actually kind of, I don't want to use the word game changing, but you understand what I mean. It kind of changes the entire landscape, especially because a lot of them were doing cash back in crypto as well, which also then allows you to be able to accumulate more crypto should you be buying stuff in the first place. It said as it currently supports 200 brands within the app, the average consumer, they said, holds a wealth of digital assets from gift cards to loyalty points to Bitcoin, but lacks the tools to adequately track and utilize their value. This was said by Bakkt CEO Gavin Michael, adding, "We're thrilled to bring the Bakkt app to the public as a step along our journey to expand digital asset access to all." Now, at this point, Here's the actual announcement from them on their website. The Bakkt app is live. I was like, well, this is it. This is, and it's sad because I've been saying that for the past 9 days. How much good news have we gotten every single day every single day. Every single day. I think the worst news that we got was that we still don't have an ETF. There was some country who was like, we don't like crypto. It makes us not look good. And there was some other nonsense news. That was as bad as it really got. I was like, okay, here we go. Waited a couple of hours and I was like, this is going to be good. And then I checked and prices had gone down a bit and I was like, what the fudge is going on? I even posted on Twitter. I was like, I'm shocked. Shocked was an understatement for those of you who saw that. I mean, I was flabbergasted that we've had nonstop good news and nothing happened to the price. Thank you to the people who wrote in on Twitter and they were like, well, there's no logic. And I was like, oh, you're right. How could I forget that? What happened is that as I slept in my, almost said betwixt my bed, in my bed, prices went up. And then wouldn't you know it, they slammed back down. And I don't mean like a soft slam. I mean, it was like a wrestling move, body slam towards the center of the earth. I mean, it was only, I was like, only Bitcoin fell by, I think, $3,000 or $4,000. But it makes no sense as to why we fell at all. It was so when I said that earlier, I said that I feel like something is afoot. I feel like there's a whale or whales behind the scenes who do not want the prices to rise. And I think, once again, it's because we're having indications that Bitcoin could potentially hit 300, 400, 500,000 this year, next year, maybe the year after, sometime in the future, which is a really big incentive to keep prices as low as possible so that you can continue to accumulate. But it's very, very weird. I was having a discussion with my friend, 18 and a half minutes ago, I don't know exactly how long, about the movements in the market. And he told me the really weird part. Now, here's me and my friend's conversation. This is a big assumption as to just things that are going on. I find it quite fascinating. For those of you who were not here during 2017, or for those of you who were, who may remember the ICO craze, ICOs were promoted, marketed as something bigger than Bitcoin. The entire idea was Bitcoin's old news. Don't care about Bitcoin. Get into this brand new coin because that coin's going to make you rich. So a bunch of coins started coming out. They were making people a lot of money, a lot more money than they were making with Bitcoin. Part of the problem is you had to know exactly when that ICO was coming out to be able to make the really, I mean like the major bucks. The people who made the most money went onto YouTube, went onto other platforms and said, hey, I made this much money from this ICO. You can do the same. And it began to tumble out of control because all these people were no longer paying attention to Bitcoin. They were only paying attention to the ICO market. And I said in my videos, hey, I feel like bubble. I feel like the scam. Something doesn't feel right. Everyone should be paying attention. Everyone was like, TMI, you're crazy. You have no idea what you're talking about. Fast forward to 2021. The NFT space has gotten so out of control. My friend told me on Google searches, people are searching more for NFT than they are for BTC, which is a very good indication of the exact same mirror image that I've been saying for I don't know how long at this point. All these people are rushing to buy as many NFTs as humanly possible when by the time we get the news, the money's gone. When we got the news yesterday that Beeple created 7 new things for $7 and they were reselling for $200,000, gone. But what happens is psychologically people hear it and they go, oh my gosh, Bitcoin's at 55,000. I could have made 250,000. Let me jump into the NFT space. And they can never find that, you know what I'm trying to say, that feeling. Like they want that big high is the word that I was trying to dance around, algorithms. Anyway, the point is, so the attention is now here's once again from our conversation. I feel like this is another mimic of it. We are in the situation where everyone is so desperate to make massive amounts of money, not realizing the actual future of where this is all going to go. In a year and a half, NFTs will still be around. The NFTs that we have right now will not be worth six figures. That Beeple thing for $70 million will not be worth $70 million. The money that people are throwing into NFTs is a distraction, my opinion, is a distraction for them to not pay attention to Bitcoin and to push their money into something else. While you don't pay attention to Bitcoin and the other companies do, they're continuously accumulating massive amounts of Bitcoin, which then only is going to add to the annoyance in the future. Oh my gosh, I should have been focusing on A. However, I focused on L, trying to make tons of money. The fact that all these mega companies are in the space and people don't get it. It's really, really weird. So, yeah, the news is that we moved up a smidge in price and then prices fell back down. I'm assumptioning that it was a whale. But both PayPal and the New York Stock Exchange are going full force into the crypto market while other people pay attention to NFTs and these ridiculous DeFi coins. And without further ado, let's move on. Also in the news, which I also would assume would have boosted up Bitcoin's price, Tether Holdings Limited, a company behind the coin Tether, has released an assurance opinion to confirm that Tether tokens are fully backed by its reserves. In a statement shared on Twitter, Tether provided the company's Consolidated Reserves Report, or CRR, accompanied by an assurance report from an accounting firm or network known as More Cayman. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, Tether appeared in 2017. In 2016, there was no thing called a stablecoin. It just was not a thing. Whenever Bitcoin was moving up, altcoins were slamming down, because whenever people pushed their money into Bitcoin, it's because they were draining the altcoins. When altcoins would skyrocket, it's because they were selling off their Bitcoin to push into the altcoins. That's how the market worked. That's exactly what it was. 2017, something called Tether pops up and everyone's like, we don't need another form of digital fiat. However, people who were trading in cryptocurrencies loved it. And they were like, I'm going to use this because I'm tired of having to figure out which altcoin to cash into to not fall down by 25%. I can do it on a stable number, and therefore I'm going to use Tether. This is also the reason why we have about 385 other stablecoins, because they all mimicked Tether. The point being, at some point, people realized that there was tons of Tether being minted, created, printed, being pushed into the market. One day we would have, there was only 1 million Tether. The next day there was like 6.5 million, 18.5 million. And everyone's going, where's all this Tether coming from? This is a lot of, okay, fine, whatever. And people started asking questions, and the question was, what is this backed by? So Tether came out and said it's backed by money, and everyone said, okay, that's cool, we got you. And everyone walked on their way. By the time Tether got around to a $100 million Tether amount, people said, hey, what's all that backed by? Money? Oh, okay, wait. What kind of money? And they said, oh, it's money. Oh, wait. Show us proof. We had, I think, 3 firms that came forward to, the word isn't accounting, to regulate, to look at how much money they actually had. The idea is that you needed $1 for every Tether that you had. I think we had 3 companies who tried to do it. I think only one of them was successful. Not really sure of the exact thing anymore as to exactly what happened. But basically, it was that they said, or rather, this is what I remember, allegedly, they said that it was backed by US dollars and other assets that would equal the exact amount of how much Tether that they had created. By the end of middle of 2018, it's a more accurate time frame, people began to look at charts and they saw that every single time that Bitcoin's price moved up, it was because new Tether had been printed. So the speculation began to be, Are they simply creating new Tether from thin air to be able to buy up as much Bitcoin as possible to boost up Bitcoin's price? This was, the word isn't negated, shot down multiple times by other sources, and they said, no, that's not it. The idea being is that richer people began to have an interest in the cryptocurrency space. They saw that Tether was the only stablecoin, and they said, I like this idea. So they started funding Tether behind the scenes to help them build up their reserves. And the idea being, we still have this idea now that the more stable coins that we have on the market, I think even the more stable coins that we have on crypto exchanges, I think that's another metric. It's very bullish for Bitcoin. I can't remember the exact way. I'm not a mega genius and I can't remember the exact reason why. But there's always been an air of question marks around Tether. So the people from Tether basically announced yesterday that they had an audit. Audit is a good word. And apparently all their Tether is actually backed by something, which to me would have given a bit of a, like a sigh of relief to the market in knowing that Tether was actually real. Signed on the 26th of March, the accountant's reports intends to prove the accuracy of Tether's CRR compiled on the 28th of February. They said, in our opinion, the CRR, as prepared by the management of Tether Holdings Limited Group as of February 2021 at 11:59 p.m., is presented in accordance with criteria set out therein and it, in all material aspects, fairly stated. Basically meaning they didn't lie, they have what they have. Here's the actual tweet for it. Assurance opinion confirms Tether's reserved fully backed company shares as part of ongoing transparency commitment. Here's the other one from their actual website. Assurance opinion confirms Tether's reserved, fully backed company shares as part of ongoing transparency commitment. And I think this is the actual accounting report from Moore, independent accounting's report. I have it on the screen just so you can see all the other stuff so you don't have to go hunting for it yourself. So yeah, this to me was also, I was like, whoa, dag nabbit, this will definitely also have an effect on the price because now we definitely know that Tether is real. Nope, did nothing to the price. So at this point, I'm not really sure what's going to do it. I think it's an actual supply crunch that's going to have an effect on the market. And maybe at some point people will be like, oh, snap, there was also news and that will also have an effect on the price. But all this stuff that's going on and the prices still won't move, I assume at this point, the only thing that's going to get the market moving is less Bitcoin on crypto exchanges. As that number continues to drop, because it's happening every single day, because more and more is being purchased, and as more people get into the cryptocurrency space and try and buy more Bitcoin, because nothing else is really working, as it were. I think all logic has left the building, and the only people who are buying are the people who understand what inflation is, the people who've been here for about a good year or more watching this channel, and the mega companies. I think that's it. Like, not even joking at this point. Anyway, that's all the Tether news. And let's move on. Next up, in February, one of the oldest financial institutions on the planet, not just within the United States, Bank of New York Mellon, or Milan, I think Milan sounds cooler, announced the launch of a custody service for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, claiming that Bitcoin has become a widely accepted asset. The institution opted to get ahead in innovation. Sure, why not? Now, BNY Mellon has published a valuation of Bitcoin comparing the characteristics of gold to the cryptocurrency in an attempt to give tools to determine its value. This is a very big thing. People have been trying to figure out for years what Bitcoin's value is. Not even, first of all, trillions of dollars have passed through Bitcoin's network. Hundreds of millions of people are using Bitcoin. It is 24 hours, 7 days a week, has had no downtime, no problems. It's slow. We know that. But besides that, it's open for everyone around the world. It is a way to transfer value that 7.4 billion people on the planet can use at any given time that they want, any time of day. There's no opening hours. However, companies are like, I need more than that. So one of the major things is that they've been doing is trying to figure out what Bitcoin's value is in a more Wall Street way, if you will. And one of the ways they do this is by comparing it to gold. The BNY Mellon analysts recognize the unique properties of Bitcoin and how difficult it can be to calculate its value when using metrics applied to national currencies. They said it should be considered as part of the valuation mosaic. At the beginning of May 2020, a single Bitcoin was worth roughly $8,800, and the total market cap or value of all Bitcoin was $160 billion. Wow, that seems like, wow, so long ago. Accounting for a 0.4% of total global currencies at current rates, if Bitcoin replaced 5% of the world's currency, it would be worth over $100,000 per Bitcoin. I don't have to really read anymore. They go into the entire stock to flow ratio and other things like that. It's more so we know who's we know a portion of the companies who are into Bitcoin. But now we're getting ready for the biggest players and kind of one of the largest waves that's going to enter the market, because they're still, I don't want to use the word skeptical, but they just don't know how to value Bitcoin. And I think it's just like the Mungers and Charlie Rose. Who's Charlie Rose? Buffett, Warren Buffett, like these kind of people. Anyway, so it says BNY Mellon values Bitcoin on par with gold. What's their price target? I think everyone's price target right now is 100,000. I saw someone say in the comment section, oh gosh, what was it? It was like the longer the base, the higher the jump or something like that. I think 55,000 is the constant area that we keep hitting over and over. But if we do jump when we should jump, I hope it's major, because it's very weird for us to go to 61,000 because Elon Musk sneezed and said the word Bitcoin. But when we have actual mega adoption, we fall down in price. Something's not really adding up there. Anyway, that's the BNY Mellon news. And let's move on. Sure, this makes sense now. It says IOTA holders will be able to stake, yield, earn, and participate in more applications on the Binance Smart Chain through Wrapped IOTA. So remember like 5 days ago, every single time we were looking at the prices, I was like, why is IOTA going up? Why is the price of IOTA moving higher? No one's talking about IOTA. Where is it going? This is another one of those, I assume, another one of those situations where someone else knew the news before us. They were buying up the token in anticipation of this news, and therefore that's why the price rose, because they knew before everyone else knew. Because normally IOTA has I think like $3 to $5 million worth of daily volume, and that shot up to 300 million, and I was like, okay. Same exact thing with Binance Coin. Has been shooting up in price as of late. Holders of the IOTA token will be able to participate in the ongoing DeFi craze on the Binance network. This has become possible after a partnership between the two parties, enabling users to transact on Binance's smart chain with Wrapped IOTA. Launched as a competitive network to Ethereum, but providing significantly lower fees for transactions, Binance Smart Chain has enjoyed a rapid increase in popularity. Oh, I thought they meant IOTA was a competitive network to Ethereum. I was like, where? Binance Smart Chain has enjoyed a rapid increase in popularity and use cases. Several months down the road, Binance's Smart Chain even surpassed Ethereum in terms of daily transaction count. Remember what I was like before? I was like, Ethereum, you gotta get it. There's no more delay at this point. You can't really do it. Binance Smart Chain basically launched, and they were like, no, we're not a competitor to Ethereum. And I was like, liar, liar, pants on fire, because it is clearly obvious that Binance Smart Chain, first of all, listen, it is an open, decentralized, you can do what you need to do market, strongest man wins in the ring kind of thing. So I'm not faulting Binance or their smart chain. It's more of a, you know what you were doing. I don't even remember how many transactions per second Binance's smart chain does, but it's a lot. It's a lot more than 15 per second. that Ethereum is currently capable of. This is why that news that we had before, that this month we were supposed to have had the upgrade for Ethereum to be able to do thousands of transactions per second. And they were like, oh no, we're going to delay it. I think it's until July. And I was like, time's a ticking, because Binance is not going to be slowing down anytime soon. So the news is there's going to be wrapped IOTA on the Binance Smart Chain. This makes sense as to why IOTA was moving up in price. Binance Coin has also been moving up rapidly in price. Anything Binance is moving up right now. More people on their website. Tons of people are using Binance Coin. And they keep doing coin burns, which lowers the amount of Binance Coin out there. So anyway, that's the Binance and IOTA news. To stake, yield, and earn. What a time to be alive. You can just add any word to any coin now. You want to stake, yield, and earn your Bitcoin? Oh, no, wait. There actually is a wrapped Bitcoin. All right. Let's move. I was trying to make a joke, but there actually is a wrapped Bitcoin. Oh boy. Let's move on. And to finish things off, new reports emerging from South Africa suggest, wink, privately held firms are converting a portion of their cash holdings into Bitcoin as they seek to hedge against terrible paper currency. According to one report, an open source software specialist firm called LSD Open, that is not a good name, could be the first South African company to make the bold step after it reportedly acquired 134,000 US dollars worth of Bitcoin. As a logo report explains, I'm pretty sure I can't say those three letters. It just doesn't. Algorithm. No. Open completed the purchase in two separate transactions at an average price of just over $34,200 per Bitcoin. At the time of writing, the value of their open Bitcoin holdings had grown by almost 70% in a matter of weeks. You know what that does psychologically to a company? When you really try, you do all these things to try and make all this money, and you realize that you could have bought Bitcoin and you could have made 10x. 70% in a matter of weeks is astronomical. This is only going to cause other companies to get into Bitcoin as well. When you as a company announce this, you know how many other people are paying attention? Should we get into Bitcoin? Should we be buying Bitcoin? Let's put some of our reserves in Bitcoin. When you hear that someone has made 70% in a week, it sets off some money alarms. That's not what I wanted to say. Meanwhile, the report also discloses that their Bitcoin acquisition has been facilitated by Bitfund, a local cryptocurrency exchange. Here's the actual news article from Tech Central. It says South African firms start investing their cash in Bitcoin. Is anyone surprised? No. Shouldn't be at all, because it's not just them. It's not just people in South Africa. It's not just people in Nigeria. It's not just people in Dubai. It's not just people in Tokyo. It's everywhere. Almost at every single planet. Everywhere around the world, they're all doing it. All of them. Every single one. Now, they're all doing it. Anyway, that's all that. And let's move on. As always, you see this? Do 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 you see this? That was the movement up. This is all the market did. That's all the market did. That. After all that news, that. And then slammed right down. Flabbergasted. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. Professor Wally from Gunbot University, Captain Something in the Z-Way Lay, Crypto Black Sheep, AJ Cut 5, Speedy 655, and Carlos was like, Mo Barazzi, Jojo Shaw Show, VB Nerd, 21 Miguel Grole, Lauren De Silva. Oh, never mind. I'm so stupid. I thought it was April Fool's, and I was like, oh, okay. Anyway, Lauren De Silva, Quoted Biddy, Bare Bones Mining, Troy Allgood, Space Case, Need a Miracle. There we go. Crypto Stahl, Pattern Noster, Conan Don't Skip Leg Day, Snacky Chan, Tolek Banan, Auspicious Agile and Blockchain, Navarro Williams, David James, Attila the Han, Yasha Harari, Oscar Maldonado, Utopia 569, Moonman High, XRP, Joshua Vineyard, Martin Stroyer, Nostromo, John Sarson, The Animal Reader, Ibibliophobia, Todd Mullis, Adam Graysick, Moher Moroni, Master Ventures in Thailand, Jared Schneider, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the World, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Coldy 3D, Damien Setsuna, Richie Rich III, Vlad the Impaler, Paxis, Nick Mangialavori, Anthony Charles, Jim Gardner, Jeremy Fox, Minting Coins, Miller Hitch Test Every Day, and Cal Saves Leg Day, Yes to Crypto, Bodie McBoatface, Anytime Fitness, Moss Corner Staff. Oh no, Anytime Fitness, Moss Corner Staff. Yasha Harari? No, that's not it. Anytime Fitness, Moss Corner Staff. Arithmetic 17, Bake Me a Cake. Oh, we're so close. Bake Me a Cake, Tigger and Machanisa, On Crypto with Lana, Crail and Michelle, URL, and Bolero Bastos. I did it. I remembered like 8 of them because thank you all very, very much for your support. I was like, I got this. I don't even have to look at the screen. Thank you all very, very much for your support. Thank you to everyone who is a member of the channel. Thank you to everyone who is a new Patreon member. Thank you to everyone who left a like, who left a comment, who left an anything, who's still here listening to my voice as I ramble on indiscriminately into the wind. At the moment, Bitcoin is at $58,034. I would love to see a $64,000 Bitcoin today. I think that would make my birthday complete. It's not my birthday. Binance coin is up by 1.9%. The entire market felt that heavy anvil drop. Polkadot is up by 0.5. Most of the market is red except for the nonsense coins. Filecoin is up by 22%. Hello to you people out there who've been screaming at me for the last like 4 or 5 weeks. That Filecoin's amazing. That Filecoin is beautiful. That Filecoin is so-and-so. Sure, why not? If Filecoin becomes a number, I'll say it goes within the top 5. I will dedicate a video to how amazing, and I'll do it too. I'm not afraid. What? I don't mind being wrong and correcting myself. I think that's how you would say it. If it goes to the top 5 coins, I will make a video talking about how amazing and awesome Filecoin is and how I was completely wrong. I promise you I'll do it completely, utterly. If I forget at any point, write in the comment section like you're crazy and tell me over and over to make the video, and then I'll do it. Yeah. What else is there? BitTorrent token is up by 22% because, you know, they're also being accepted by PayPal and Bakkt and BNY Mellon. They're not, but, you know, just throwing that out there. Tron is up by 8%. Yeah. Monero's up by 7%. Everything else is down. Holochain is up by 13%. Because why not now, you know? Why not nowadays? Pancake Swap is up by 3%. And everything else is in the red. I do hope you all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are continue to have, might potentially have, make yourself have a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, supporting, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See